Okay, welcome back to Loans Elevated. This week I have my first guest, Jacob Graff. He is a long-term past client and happens to now be a team member here on my team. And today we're going to be talking about really his success story with me and my team, and from his perspective, why he's trusted me to care for his mortgage financing for over a decade, and beyond that, now trusts me with the destiny of his career. So it's a fun story, something I'm stoked about, very proud of. But Jacob, hi.
Hi.
Thank you for joining.
Of course, thank you.
So you've told the story multiple times,
right,
to clients, to the team, whatever the case is, as far as why you trust me to care for your financing and all of the valid points. I mean, we sit together in an office, and I get off phone with clients, and you're like, why won't they just listen to you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Share the story of what value you think I've brought that kind of hits home what Loans Elevated is all about, creating wealth through homeownership.
Well, first of all, I've never met anyone that really cares about a customer from beginning of transaction to end of transaction and continuing the relationship and building wealth behind that. You know, when I bought my first house with you, even though you hadn't been in the business that long, I had zero idea about that. Because the way you treated me and talked to me is like you were my best friend from day one. Yeah. And from that moment, I knew I could kind of trust you and get behind you. And, you know, you helped me guide down the path, and really you've created wealth within my life just by getting me into real estate in the first place.
And I want to interject. So Jacob and I met, like he said, early on in my career. One of my very first clients. Thankfully, I was obviously pretty good at faking it until I made it. I haven't made it yet. Let's not go there. But the cool thing is, Jacob had a plan. He had a plan to buy, and this is something huge within my business. I understand what your goals are, and I help you accomplish those goals, even if they're 10 years down the road, like it was for Jacob. But he had a goal to buy this condo, and the goal was, I'm gonna live here 10 years, and I wanna move up to something sick. So that's what happened. You bought the condo. Right. Now let's talk about when we first started the game planning of you moving from the condo, how nervous you were, because I'm sure our clients, people watching this, experience the same fears and uncertainty that you experienced, but then we ultimately you live in a house way cooler than you thought you would.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about that.
So, I mean, there's obviously tons of anxiety when you're making a change that big. You know, I was in a fortunate position where I had quite a bit of equity because, you know, just the way the market is.
And the long-term game. Right?
And the long-term
game. You didn't
gamble.
gamble on it.
Yeah, I didn't gamble. I was there 10 years, you know, so I built a lot of equity. But beyond that, you gave me advice onto how to create that wealth and what to do with that money. You know, most people go in a scenario, they say, oh, I have all this equity, I'm going to put it into my next property, which you helped me guide down the path. That's not always the smartest choice. There's other things you can do with that cash to kind of create more wealth.
Yeah.
And really, most people will just kind of take your order and you say, here's what I want to do. They write it on a piece of paper, say, okay, great, move along.
Yeah, we call that, just so you know, we say we are holistic mortgage strategists, not drive-through mortgage. And what drive-through mortgage is, you come in with an idea, we take your order, you drive through the lane, we stick our hand out the window, and you take your order. This is the passion of my career, of my life, is helping people. The fact is, none of us learn anything about financing as we grow up, anything about finances, period, as we grow up. None of us learn that. And so I've dedicated so much time in understanding this. And I'm not a financial planner. I'm not the foremost expert. I just have ideas that I share with my clients and then encourage them to reach out to their experts, or I, of course, have experts I can refer to. You happen to have a financial planner already, and you kind of ran the ideas by him. Essentially what we did, he invested a ton of this equity. He had a lot of equity. Him and his significant other had a lot of equity. They sold their homes and they're thinking, man, I don't know what we can buy in this market, because even though we have a lot of equity, the house payment's gonna be so expensive. What we did is we took that equity and we enabled you to pay off literally, it was all your debt, right?
Well, we had the refinance shortly before that. We eliminated my debt, and then we eliminated even more debt with the move.
Equity.
So it allowed us to afford more house, and I mean, we're in a house.
And then you had, it was a lot. It was like hundreds of thousands after the fact, right?
Yeah,
In
between the
cash.
both of us. Yeah. Yeah.
So after the fact, instead of investing that tons of money, I mean, it was a lot of money. They were very fortunate. They had played the game right. Instead of putting all that to the mortgage, they paid off the debt, freed up cash flow, which enabled them to qualify for a much more expensive home.
Right.
And it's literally like beyond your dream home, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a home that we don't envision moving out of for the next 20, 30 years. And I was looking at houses thinking, oh, I could live here maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't want that. I want to look at a house and say, I want to be here.
Yeah. And we inspired that by
absolutely.
this strategy of just simply using the equity to your advantage.
Right.
Buying and investing in real estate isn't all about.
And I mean, beyond getting the awesome house, now I also have a retirement account and a wealth account that's just growing every day and creating even more opportunity in the future.
Well, and the beauty is the things that I said. Like I said, I am not a financial planner. I don't think I'm the foremost expert. However, all the things I said, I'm thankful to know. His financial planner 100% agreed with.
Yep.
100% said yes. This is what we should do. So I was stoked to hear that. But the cool thing is, we eliminated the debt. You guys are currently on this house way beyond what your dreams were, paying less out of pocket than you guys were previously paying.
Yeah,
with
we
the two
were-
homes and the debt.
Yeah, we're paying less now for this nicer house, and we're both paying for our individual homes.
Yeah, and this is, you guys, this is a nice house. This is like an $800,000 house. Sick house. And he's paying less money out of pocket than he was paying when he started. But the beauty is, there was hundreds of thousands. And when we ran the numbers, I coached you through this, and this is another thing that your financial planner, and really it's just simple math. It's something you could hop on Google and figure out yourself. Every dollar, this is a good estimate, it's not perfect. Every dollar that you reserve in cash instead of putting down on the mortgage, which is why we like to invest the money into paying off debt, freeing up cash flow, and enabling you to qualify for a higher mortgage payment. In other words, a more expensive home, without putting all the money down. Because every dollar you reserve from putting into the house over a 15-year stretch, let's say, we ran yours, I think, on a 30-year stretch because you're young.
Right.
But also on the 30-year stretch, every dollar that he decided not to invest in the home, which, you know, you sacrificed with a higher monthly payment, is going to equate to $10 in 30 years by putting those same dollars into an investment account instead. So not only did we get you into your dream house,
Right.
debt-free, lower monthly obligations, in 30 years, which, how old are you?
30.
30. So by the time you're 60, before you're even at retirement age, we are going to have you in a position where your home is free and clear. We estimate that home's probably worth north of $2 million, and you're going to have north of $2 million in cash in the bank.
Right.
So at retirement age, when you look at just basic numbers, north of $2 million in cash is easily going to pay him like $80,000 per year at retirement, tax-free, with a free and clear home. You're going to make $7,000 a month, plus or minus, a free and clear home, just by selling your home and buying your dream house.
Right.
It's like ridiculous.
Well, and I can attribute that pretty much to you.
Well,
I mean, a lot of it.
You did it. Maybe my strategy
Your
is
strategy,
your paradigm.
right?
Yeah.
But you definitely helped me along that path and gave me the advice to get me in this scenario. So
For sure. So let's talk about, maybe talk to our clients. There's a lot of people that come in fearful of somebody in my position because my industry, our industry, has somewhat of a bad rap. People look at us like used car salespeople. They, you have all these weird things. They look at us like we are borderline crooks sometimes, and they don't want to trust us for that reason.
Right.
Maybe talk to them about that and give some encouragement on the value that we bring as a team.
I mean, so I've been working with Broch now for about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the culture here and the friendship and the just ability to be yourself and just be open and honest is beyond anything I've experienced at any other workplace. And we translate that into our relationship with our customers and our clients. I mean, we hold team events, we hold customer appreciation events, and it's all just about really, we want that client for life. And that's the ultimate end goal. And there doesn't have to be fear. You just know you've got somebody to trust for once in your life that's actually out to help you.
Well, I think you hit it on the head. It's client for life. Like, whether we do somebody's mortgage or not, doesn't it doesn't change our business. It's not like we're in business or out of business based on doing somebody's mortgage. We're really in it for the long run, building a relationship. The only way we can do that and build a relationship with clients, just like I did with you 10 years ago, is by doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Giving the advice, working with integrity. That's what we do. And we pour into our clients with all these strategies. I literally, I've said this in another episode, but my wife gets annoyed because we're on vacation, we're on date night, whatever. My mind is like calculating things constantly, trying to figure out how do I make people more money? What if somebody did this instead of that? And it's like, it gets me jazzed up. And that's, I mean, it's such a testament that you've trusted me so long. Thank you for that. And now to even be on my team, it's huge. But we pour into our clients big time, and it is creating a client for life. And for that reason, you know, we ask you, please trust us. We would love the opportunity to help you, help create a success story for you, just like we had done with Jacob. And hopefully this isn't the final chapter. I think you guys will go a lot further, but anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, I think it's been great. I mean, there was no one else I would have turned to for my mortgage needs, and
that's awesome. So thank you, Jacob.
Yeah,
thank you all for tuning in. I hope you found value in this, and hopefully it inspired you to take some action. We would love to be the person you lean on for advice, and would love to build a client for life relationship with you. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us at LoansElevated. We'll catch you next time.